Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. You know, for those of us who love this area and we love everything about being in South Louisiana, we're so very glad that the guys in Wildlife and Fisheries are taking care of things and managing things, and lots of changes going on. So we're excited to welcome Mr. Jonathan Boudreau, a new corporal with Wildlife and Fisheries. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're glad that you're here. So congratulations, right? A promotion here about a year ago. And so very excited for you. How excited are you about getting the promotion?
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, very cool. Been with Wildlife and Fisheries for a little while.
Yes, sir. 6 years.
6 years, very good. And listen, I know people think about Wildlife and Fisheries right now. We can't really do anything but think about what's happening with redfish and what's happening with the red drum management. Let's just talk a little bit about how that's going and maybe why we're doing it.
So the latest red drum assessment it's showing a drop in population of redfish.
Okay.
So some people might go out and catch their limits, but the majority of people really aren't. And the biologists are also seeing it too.
Okay.
So the latest assessment indicates that red drum are not overfished, but overfishing is occurring, which means that the current spawning stock of red drum is above the target limit. However, it's being depleted at a rate that's going to take some management.
Okay. So we got to make sure that we're thinking about what to do about this. I love the fact that you guys spend so much time and energy tracking where we are with these numbers and being able to really know when we're having these limited numbers. It's just important for us to know and how to manage that. And so I'm glad that we look at it. And so let's talk a little bit about how we've kind of figured this out. You know, we've just, the biologists are really kind of tracking and following
the biologists for Wildlife and Fisheries.
Right, so, and they're kind of reporting to you, and here you are having to tell us about it here on TV.
I'll have to read their reports and try to convey it back.
Okay, and get that information out. Let's talk a little bit about this survey.
Okay.
And how we're doing that. And so the survey kind of figuring out where we are and trying to figure out what to do. And so the survey on run drum management was presenting some of the recommendations to you guys. And so we're looking at 10,000 different people randomly selected for resident saltwater licenses, right? That went out and information. And I love the fact that we're communicating all of that and just finding out and kind of surveying the people about how they're doing what they're doing. We need to find out how people are really fishing and how they're managing that, because y'all have to take that data and manage that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And redfish is a unique situation where the vast majority, 97% of redfish harvested are juvenile fish.
Oh, wow.
From 16 inches to 27 inches. I was shocked when I read that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, you noticed my reaction as well. I would not have thought that. So they're all juvenile. And
all juveniles. So that reduces the number of red drum that escape the estuary and go back into the Gulf to spawn. So currently overfishing is cutting into the possible spawning fish.
Yeah, and look, I know that people who do red fishing and enjoy there are some people that really enjoy red fishing, but they don't really like doing bull reds, you know? And so they want to kind of fish the inside areas, but that's really what's depleting the redfish population, because they're not getting a chance to get out, to get old enough to go and spawn, right?
Yes,
or
sir, that's
mature
exactly
enough, right?
Yes, sir.
So we need these fish to be able to become mature enough, and that's why we have to do the management that we're doing.
Yes, sir.
So has Wildlife and Fisheries said where we are with regards to some of the changes?
So a reduction in the overall harvest of red drum is needed.
Right.
So the department recommends a 35% reduction of harvested redfish.
Okay.
And that would correspond to a 2050 recovery.
Okay.
More drastic measures can be taken, 65% reduction,
Okay.
which would lead to a 2031 recovery. So that seems like a very long time. But the fact is, red drum are a long-lived species that can live up to 39 years in Louisiana.
Yeah, I read that, just under 40 years.
That was shocked when I heard that also.
Yeah. Well, because if you think about it, where the redfish go, and they go out to spawn and come back. And so they're a migratory fish in our area.
Yes, sir.
Not that they migrate outside, but they're a migratory fish in our area. And so, man, that's a lot of swimming. You know, as Dory would say, keep on swimming. They do. They keep on swimming. But one of the things that we need to do is, you know, we need everybody to be able to enjoy the redfish population, but we need to make sure that we have it for, you know, the next generation and the next 2 generations if they're going to live 39 years.
Yes, sir. And if you look at the other Gulf Coast states, they have far more restrictive regulations in regards to redfish.
Right.
So
we do.
It's time for us to make a change now.
Right.
Our regulations have been in place since 1988.
That's a really long time.
Yes, sir.
That's as long as a redfish lives, you know,
Yes, sir.
right? So we need to kind of make some changes with that. So we're going to continue to communicate with you guys and find out and just make sure that we are sticking to those. We want to make sure that people that are out fishing redfish are staying within the regulations of what you can catch. And if you want to do some catch and release them.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know, so that always is helpful
And
as we close.
I'd like to ask the public also to go visit our website.
Okay? Give that out if you don't mind.
So it's www.wlf.louisiana.gov.
Okay?
So you go in there, click fishing, go to study fish populations.
Right.
Red drum is on the bottom, and you can take our survey and give your input in what to do for management because there are so many options on the table.
We appreciate it very, very much. Corbin, thank you for your time. Congratulations on your recent promotion. We appreciate it. We look forward to you coming back.
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. And that will do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time when we continue.